Boruto 2 Blue Vortex finally revealed Sarada's Mangekyo Sharingan and its power. This is a Suzuki level busted, more so than Kamui and anything we have ever seen. But it's deeper than that. Chapter 19 flipped the story of Naruto on its head. It's no longer about the cycle of hatred, but the cycle of love. Every inch of the story is connected to it. Even Sarada's Mangekyo Sharingan, as chapter 20 confirmed that she considers Boruto the most special person in the world. Essentially, during the fight against Ryu and Mitsuri, everything unfolds. We all know these guys are complete fodder against Shinjutsu, considering how absurd the power scaling has gotten. Konohamaru over here, he's a walking L. We don't expect anything from him, and he's about to get packed up. All of you in our chapter 18 review said you would have taken the option of death by snoo and would have smashed this alien entity for the greater good. It's a worthy sacrifice you're willing to do. However, Trashamaru over here, he doubles down on telling Mitsuri that she's not his Pookie, instead stating that it doesn't feel right to call him Chan with affection. He tries to stay true to his feelings, but this results in the Shinju crashing out. She pretty much rages, stating that he's selfish. Remember that these beings are like overpowered infants trying to understand the world and the feelings of love that they gain from whoever they clone from. As a result, Mitsuri states the love she feels for Konohamaru is both painful and amazing at the same time, like a double-edged sword. In Boruto, love fuels every character risking everything for those they cherish, often leading to painful yet meaningful moments. And we then learn something very important, people. The prediction jutsu was correct all along. Whilst Mitsuri claims to eat Konohamaru to get rid of this feeling, Jura farms aura, referring back to Inijin making a stupid ass decision to fight him despite being powerless, useless, fodder, irrelevant, means nothing to the story. Okay, maybe I went a bit too far. But what I'm basically trying to say, as Jura is exploring the world, he observes that humans are peculiar when it comes to the emotion of love, which results in them making foolish decisions. This dude binge read all the lore of Naruto from the library, where he realized that the idea of love is the downfall of humanity, so the Shinju have to overcome it. Sarada and Mitsuki are fighting Ryu, the clone of Shinki. He gave a sword imbued with his chakra to manipulate Iron Sand, so that they can protect Gaara, right? And we all know how that turned out. But guess what? Yet another love story is brewing. Yodo has feelings for Shinki. This is heavily tied to Sarada activating her Mangekyo Sharingan and showcasing its power. The team is absolutely fodderized and bamboozled, even with the handicap of deactivating Ryu's Iron Sand. Simply put, they are too weak to handle someone as strong as Itsuki. Mitsuki's Sage Mode amounts to nothing, and even when Sarada remembers that she's an Uchiha, finally utilizing Fireball Jutsu combined with Chidori to blitz him, nothing works. This just highlights how Shikamaru stated they were walking cubs that can literally destroy the planet if they wanted to. So with them completely flopping, Boruto chimes in with Kashin Koji asking if they can even win, where Ada confirms that it's not time for our MC to save the day just yet. But I'm sitting here reading the manga, wondering if they are sure about that, because the Trashamaru name ain't going nowhere. Bro loses the fight against Mitsuri instantly. She basically says, since we ain't gonna smash or make love per se, I might as well just eat you. So he gets packed up like we all expected and is about to die.
Nothing new, nothing changed, same old shit.
But in typical Naruto fashion, we get the 5th flashback. Yeah, the 5th flashback to a moment that just happened 2 bloody chapters ago, about Shikamaru stating they need to betray the Shinju after gaining their trust. Which, by the way, is definitely going to be a mistake as it deviates from Naruto's ninja way. Konohamaru activates his talk no jutsu and yaps to Mitsuri that talking to each other was the best time of her life. Remember that she was only born like 2 days ago, so talking to a random guy, obviously he's gonna be the best time of her life. She hasn't experienced anything. So after raising her up, Konohamaru asks her to do him a favor for their special relationship to start. Now Mitsuri, she can't resist. Tears still flowing out of her eyes, she succumbs to this unknown feeling of love. As she grabs Konohamaru's hands, she blushes thinking how warm it is. This is literally the best moment for her. But it wasn't warm because of his feelings. Nah. My man was charging up chakra. Konohamaru dishes out a double giant Rasengan, obliterating Mitsuri without any hand signs. This has to be one of the best panels of Boruto's manga. But did it work? No, of course it didn't. This guy's not gonna get rid of the Trashomaru name. He has to stick to it. It's his brand at this point.
This is trash.
So despite his plan being perfect, his heart wavered for a second, and so he wasn't able to give it his all, allowing Mitsuri to retaliate in return. Throughout all of this, Jura is locked in, observing everything that's happening and even feeling what Mitsuri does. Hence, he starts to cry as well. But ABD, what does this mean? Well, Jura's ability of Ninshu is so high that he resonates with the other Shinju. He is the direct incarnation of the tail beast as stated in chapter 14, so everyone else is like his children, where we finally learn their true objective. Jura understands how powerful love is, hence why in chapter 19 he states how it can cause serious troubles in life forms and cannot be overlooked, which is why their instinct is screaming in warning. Jura's prediction was spot on. Mitsuri wavered over devouring Konohamaru, allowing him to trick her, and likewise Konohamaru fell prey to doubt, letting victory slip away from his hands. This results in Jura seeing love as a dangerous weakness, and being a new conscious sentient being, this weakness needs to be addressed as soon as possible. He had first-hand experience in feeling this love through his own pull towards Naruto, who throughout the world is the anomaly that united everyone through Ninshu. Naruto was even able to unify the previous incarnation of the tail beast, accepting them as more than just a weapon. He even learned their names, right? He even forgave Pain after his massacre. Naruto then changed the heart of Obito. So Naruto is literally impossible to not love, and Jura is no exception. Remember when others said to Shikamaru that Naruto would never approve of their actions? Well, deviating from his path has proven Jura correct, where they will all become evil now. This means Hidari needs to kill Sarada, Mamushi needs to kill Ada, Ryu needs to kill Gaara, of course Jura needs to kill Naruto and Himawari. However, one thing Jura fails to understand is that love also has the power of strength. And this is where Sarada's Mangekyo Sharingan ties into the story. Tobirama established in chapter 619, Uchiha feel love more than others. Their eyes activate a special chakra in their brain to unlock their powers further. Boruto chapter 20 finally revisits this, as Yodo, after joining the Donut Club and being the most useless ninja in existence that I've ever seen in a mission, she completely botched it. The whole reason they started losing is because of this stupid bitch. I'm sorry, I just had to say that and I had to vent my feelings to you guys, because I have to be honest with you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. While she is dying, she copies the whole flow of Dragon Ball Z when Android 16 is talking to Gohan about love and unleashing his true power. Her sensory powers get overloaded, so she starts to sense something in Sarada in her subconscious, and she does a final talk no jutsu, giving her the final pill she needed to use the power she was hiding from everyone.
He copied my whole flow.
That's kissed me through the phone.
He copied my whole flow.
Oh,
word for word, bar for bar.
Now the big question in everyone's mind is that Sarada awakened this Mangekyo Sharingan ages ago, so why didn't she use it? Well, the truth is way deeper. Sarada wasn't just holding back her Mangekyo Sharingan, she was holding back herself. When Sarada first awakened it, it wasn't out of battle rage or revenge. It happened because she desperately wanted to save Boruto. Nothing could help him. Nobody could stop what was happening. But her emotions, the overwhelming need to protect Boruto no matter what, forced her Mangekyo to awaken. And that's where the conflict begins, people. Sarada's dream is to become Hokage, just like Naruto. And what does a Hokage do? They protect everyone equally. No special treatment, no favoritism. That's why Sarada refused to accept what her heart was telling her. Because if she admits that Boruto is different, that he matters more than the village, then she's breaking the very foundation of what she believes in. And this denial created an even bigger issue. Everyone expects her to be like Naruto, a Hokage who protects all people equally. So she convinced herself that her feelings for Boruto don't exist, that he's just like everyone else, that he isn't special to her. But deep down, she knew that was a lie. Her Mangekyo Sharingan wasn't just locked away, it was restricted by her own subconscious. Because if she accepted her emotions, she would also have to accept an even darker reality. One day, the village will expect Sarada to use this power against Boruto, but she will never do that.
Such a thing.
And that's where her entire dream of becoming Hokage shatters, as these two had made a promise to each other way back on the Hokage monument that Boruto would be her right-hand man. Now some fans, they criticize Sarada's awakening, claiming she got her Mangekyo too easily or that it breaks the Naruto canon. But if you think about it, bro, you don't know what you're talking about, I'm sorry to say. Like, does it really make sense for Sarada to continue this cycle of hatred when her entire character is about becoming Hokage? Sarada isn't like the Uchiha before her. She idolizes Naruto. She even admitted to Kawaki that she was jealous of Boruto for having such a loving father. This proves she's trying to follow Naruto's path. But unlike every other Uchiha, she's doing so through the ideals of love and not hatred. Let's not forget, Naruto's personality shaped Sarada's entire philosophy. Back in Naruto Gaiden, which Kishimoto wrote himself, Sarada questioned why she should even care for strangers. This was when she doubted if Sakura was really her mother. Her entire world was crumbling apart because she believed her entire life was a lie. This mirrors what happened to the Uchiha clan, if you can remember. They were deceived by Zetsu, who twisted their beliefs and led them to destruction. But Naruto stopped Sarada from going down that path in chapter 704, telling her that the feelings of love are why people should protect others. And then Sasuke himself, the GOAT, Batman Sensei, he reinforced this lesson, telling her that she is the very embodiment of his and Sakura's love. So ladies and gentlemen, this is what makes Sarada Uchiha different. Unlike Madara, unlike Fugaku, she isn't burdened by hatred. Her Mangekyo wasn't born from loss, it was born from love. Now fast forward to Boruto chapter 80, the Shinjutsu rewriting the world's memories, it should have made Sasuke believe Boruto was a traitor, right? But what convinced him otherwise? Well, it was Sarada's Mangekyo Sharingan, because in Naruto's own lore, you have to remember that the Sharingan is an eye that reflects the heart. If Sasuke had changed his mind without the Mangekyo activation, it kinda would have gone against the rules of the Naruto universe. Her emotions had to be so powerful that it could override the influence of a literal godly ability. Now in contrast to other Hokage candidates, for example her grandfather Fugaku Uchiha, this dude wanted to revolt against the village and even risk a civil war. And let's not forget that Hashirama tried to teach Madara the same lessons, but due to Madara's beliefs, he strayed away from that path. But Sarada, she's built different. She is the first Uchiha who truly understands love in a way none of her ancestors did. She even told Boruto in chapter 703 that love is what drives people to protect others. This is her path to Hokage, and she's the living proof that Naruto's dream didn't die. It finally won. But now, it's time to talk about its power. The iron sand Ryu used to capture her friends are instantly sucked into a black hole. whole. Throughout this series, Boruto is depicted as the sun and the star of hope. Sarada reflects this, hence the design of her Mangekyo itself being a sun. We already know how the Sharingan and its power are inspired by Shinto deities. It revolves around the story of the created deity Izanagi and his family, including his sister Izanami and his children Amaterasu, Tsukiyomi, and Susanoo, all of which are unique abilities for the Mangekyo Sharingan, where Sarada will be able to access each of these powers. Now going balls deep in a little bit of research, Sarada's Mangekyo is inspired from the goddess of dawn, Ame no Uzume, or Surya, who is explicitly linked to the power of sight, visual perception, and knowledge, more specifically, control over light. It cannot be a coincidence that Sarada's character regarding love is directly linked, as Ame no Uzume is known as the goddess of dawn that had a major contribution in luring god of the sun Amaterasu out of her cave. So she brought light back to the world and stopped the eternal winter, which in Boruto's case would be stopping omnipotence and letting the world know the truth about exactly what is going on regarding Naruto and Sasuke's death. Essentially, what I'm trying to say is, Sarada's Mangekyo Sharingan is a singularity, just like Boruto was declared to be one by Kashin Koji. After all, it's inspired by the Matrix. She is Trinity to Boruto's Neo. This means it's a power that defies the natural course of fate. According to Koji, Boruto is meant to die in this very fight to Jura if he interrupts their battle to save them, and Sarada's survival should have been impossible. She should be dead right now, but Sarada's Mangekyo awakening is rewriting the future in real time, making it the most overpowered Sharingan in existence. Now, to enjoy more peak fiction, watch this video about Blue Lock, where I explain the entire Neo Egoist League where Isagi has become rank 1.